What exactly were you doing at the age of 13? Well, for me, I know I was not even an inch close to being in the university. Can you let us know your opinions in the comment box? What exactly were you doing at the age of 13? Well, today we have here with us a remarkable young guest, a 13-year-old who is not only breaking the mold, but also redefining what it means to be a prodigy. And today he is here with us to share with us what the academic journey has been for him. Join me as we welcome Melchizedek, our youngest physicist. Yeah, so Melchizedek, it's finally awesome having you here with us. Lots of people have been looking forward to having you on the set and to tell us what the journey has been for you, right? A lot of people are wondering, is it that you jumped some classes to get to where you are here today? Because 13-year-old in KNUST pursuing physics as your program, that to me is deliberate and quite spectacular. So can you share with us, how do you genuinely feel being in this sport?
Well, I feel normal being here. This is not my first time being young in an institution, so I don't feel any difference. Just normal to me.
Right. I love the response, the fact that you feel normal about it, because someone your age and considerably working in the midst of some people that's, for the lack of the better word, I would say giants. I know sometimes some people feel a bit bored and left out, but I will come to that point again. So Melchizedek, kindly share with us, what has your academic journey been? Kindly share with us right from the start of things. Which basic school did you attend, and your senior high school, and finally here? We understand that.
Okay, so well, I actually started school at the age of 2 years ago. I was 2 years when I started,
2 years, okay.
and I started in Bole Lighthouse
Okay.
Mission School.
Right.
It's in Bole, based in Bole, not only in Bole, but
Right.
Raja, one of their branches. So I went to KG1, KG2. By KG2, I was around 3 years old.
3 years, okay.
Then P1, P2, P3, P4. And by P3, I was six years old. But when I went to that school, I was like, I was on top always. I was topping the school and those.
The class.
Yes. So my dad made this decision that he take me out of the school so that I'll go to another school, then he will see whether I can fit in there.
In there.
So P3, I ended my P3 in Lighthouse Mission School in Bole. Then I went to Cocoa Research Institute of Ghana.
Okay.
That's Creek School. So in Bole there. So I went and started P4 at the age of 7.
Right.
7 years old. Then I went there. I was doing well, but the first time I went there, I had 8th position.
Eighth position.
8th position.
Right. Now, let me just quickly
That was first time.
right there. Because as student and as tender as you were, and topping your class in your primary school, right? And then all of a sudden you have changed your environment to be in a different spot. And out of the blue, you end up being in the 8th position. How was it feeling like?
Like, it was kind of shocking to me.
Shocking.
I didn't expect that. Oh, I didn't expect that. But I took it and then I said that I will sit up and then continue. So the second term, I had 5th position. Then the third term, I had 3rd position.
Third position.
Then I left the school.
Again.
Yes. And went to Starplex Academy in Bole there. That one, I went to P6. Straight away to P6.
Right.
Then I topped second, first. I was always in first and second over there.
Right.
Then I graduated at primary school and went to Starplex JHS.
Okay.
Yes. Then I went to JHS 1. Then I topped the class from first term, second term, third term.
Wow. Completely.
Yes.
There was no challenge for you.
No. So my brother too was also in St. Super Minor Seminary.
Right.
So
Your older brother.
yeah, my other brother. He was in final year. So my father said, let me go and try the entrance exam of that school.
Yeah.
To see if I do well, then I go. If I don't do well, then I'll stay.
Right.
And I saw it to be a very big opportunity because be able to jump ahead of others.
Yeah. This.
Yes. So I took it. Then I went to write the entrance exam in Sola. That's where the school is
Okay.
located. So I went there. I wrote the entrance exam, and I passed.
Cool.
I passed. English, like I had 70 something, and math, I had 70 something.
Wow, that's remarkable.
Yeah. So then they admitted me into the school to pursue science as my course, as a program.
Okay.
So I did a science first year, second year, third year. It was all going well for me. Yes. And I was always within first to fifth.
Wow.
Yes. In the class, I was getting first to fifth. So sometimes I used to top the physics. Sometimes we are top maths and other subjects.
So right from the get-go, you have always been passionate about mathematics.
Yes.
That's awesome. Now, let me just arc back to all these phases of your life. That's right from your primary school. You are doing wonderfully well in that. You changed environments and still maintain your poise in that environment. And all of a sudden, you wrote the entrance exam. You ended up in this institution, did remarkably well in that. I know in such environments as well, a question then becomes, were you feeling accomplished in that moment? And judging by the fact that there were lots of people who were way, way ahead of you, and you in the same room and space with them, how was it feeling like?
Okay, first, when I went to St. Super Minus and that the SHS, I was feeling kind of small among them because they were actually bigger.
Big students.
Yes. So, but then as time went on, it became like a normal thing to me. So I didn't feel bothered anymore. So it just became part of my life, and I just held on to it. So that's
Right. So you mentioned the fact that when you entered into that institution, right, you more or less like felt small. Is there anything that you held on to that's kept you, comfortable whenever you probably felt left out or you felt small in the perspective of these people that you found in the same institution?
well. When I went there, because my performance was good and also somehow some of them were also good. So there was not that much difference. So I didn't feel like we are different in a way. I felt like, oh, this is where I really belong to. Let me just hold on to my boots and get onto it.
And then get so kindly share with us, what was the results in WASSCE?
Oh, WASSCE, I did well, actually. I had aggregate 8. If you combine all the
It's
subjects,
8.
I had aggregate 8.
That's awesome.
So in details, I had like 5 A's and then 2 B2s and then 1 B3.
Yeah, 1D.
Like, our subjects were 8.
Oh, okay.
That
Okay. Right. That's remarkably wonderful. And in that moment where you have been through all the phases of your academic life in senior high school, and then eventually you realize that you had results that indeed spoke well of your efforts. What was the reaction from your parents? What was the reaction from your friends and yourself as well?
Okay, so my parents were happy. They actually knew that that was my effort because they don't like they take education serious.
Serious.
So when I was excelling in the primary school JHS. They knew it was actually my effort.
Right.
And then as for my friends, most of them were shocked because they thought that the boy is small, like he doesn't know.
There's no way
Eh,
that you're going to get that.
Yes, he doesn't know anything, and then you are sending him to SHS, so he can't perform. But most of them were shocked when they heard my results.
So right from the start of things, that was the expectations, that was the perspective of your friends. But then how were you able to stay right on course and never be bothered about such expectations and the opinions of your friends?
Well, sometimes when I think about those things, like I just feel like, oh, they don't know what they are saying. So like them just forget about them and focus on like studies. That's how I overcame it.
Wow, 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 wow. I love this response. So it means you have always been self-motivated from the inner self. That's remarkably what. Now let's come back to your time in tech. Can you share with us briefly why tech? What was the main reason behind you opting for K University and to study physics?
Um KNUST is actually based on science and technology.
Right.
So I said, okay, maybe since they are based on this, that means there will be actually more resources and improvements if I come here. So I decided to come to KNUST, come and pursue more. And then there's also another reason. My aunties and uncles are also, they live here. Most of them live here. So I'll be closer to them. Anything I need, I'll do it. I'll just call for it.
Right.
To just come.
Right. That's awesome. Now tell us, a lot of people are questioning because there were courses that you could have pursued, right? Courses that a lot of people will probably expect you to be in. But why physics?
Okay, so actually, I wanted to become a pilot.
Pilot.
Yes.
Oh,
But then when I told my father and we got to this stage, he told me that if you become a pilot, the areas are restricted. The job opportunities are restricted. Or if you become a pilot, that's just where you'll be. You can't easily move out to other fields. So he said I should come and do the physics, which I also thought was so good for me because when I do it, the third year or fourth year, I'll have more choices to choose from. And that way, I'll be able to know where I want to specialize.
okay.
So if I like to go to a pilot after the 3 or 4 years, I'll then go to maybe aerospace engineering and further from there.
Right, right, right. That is awesome. I am completely stunned by all the answers you are given, and that's well thought of you. Now let's come back to your experience right in KNUST, right? Understandably, there's quite an institution that has quite a number of people around you, right? And more particularly, you would be in a class full of a lots of students who are completely, gigantic and bigger than yourself. Now, there's also another new environment. Have you always clutched onto the fact that, okay, you have been in environments with people that have been bigger than you before, so this is not something different? Or can you share with us what has been the experience for you?
Actually, when I was coming here, I was kind of feeling scared
Scared? Why so?
because like I've never been in such a
A bigger institution.
before. So, but when I came here, I realized that it was just similar to what I experienced in the senior high level. So it just became a normal thing for me. And but right now, I'm just okay.
Okay.
Okay with the environment.
Now, yeah, me mentioned the fact that it is a bigger institution and that you are scared. Could you be more specific with us? Or are you scared of? Are you scared of the fact that there's going to be a bigger competition in this institution? Or were you scared of the fact that, okay, a lot of people are going to look you from a different perspective than what you view yourself?
Actually, I felt that there's going to be a bigger challenge ahead. And also, I'm in a different environment. So people who have never even heard of me or seen me will begin to look at me in a way that I will not be happy with. So that's the main reasons why I was scared about coming here.
Right, right. And now that you have been here for about more than a week, right? What has the reactions from people been for you? Is it exactly as you foresaw it to be, that people are going to look at you in a different perspective?
Actually, when I came here, most people thought that like I was not a student of this school.
Oh,
Most people they didn't know. So sometimes they'll call me, ask me, and then I'll tell them I'm a student. All of them were shocked. They're like, "How?"
how come?
Then I tell them, then they get to understand why. But some always complain that no, I'm too young to be here. I'm not supposed to be here. So that's just how they react. And I already saw it. I knew that was what was going to happen.
What's
So
happened?
it just became like as if nothing happened. Because I knew it was going to happen.
What's happened? Okay. Would you say that's how? Were you? Let me even ask this: were you overwhelmed or in any way felt intimidated by all the reactions from these people?
No.
Or would you say because more or less like had foresaw how things were going to play out, so you were quite cool with it? So okay, right. Now, can you share with us, has there been any significant challenges that you have encountered apart from the fact that people will be highly opinionated about the fact that you are too tender and young to be in this institution? Has there been any significant challenges you have encountered so far?
No, I don't think there's a challenge I've encountered. Even when you ask people and I tell them my age and those things, they say that, oh, this boy, he's too young, so he doesn't have any problem to think of. So
Think of
his mind is free and he can easily learn and those things. So I don't think I've encountered any
no, okay.
challenge with that.
Right. Do you see yourself in that position again, like you used to way back in primary school, where you're going to do remarkably well, regardless of the fact that it is a way bigger institution where lots of people from different and diverse backgrounds are also here with you? Do you see yourself in that spot again, doing remarkably and excellently well?
Yes, I
See yourself in that.
But I also put in mind that this is a bigger institution. That means there are also brilliant students who are also here. And there's going to be a lot of competition.
Right.
So I know that the challenge is going to be tough there, but I see myself doing well.
Okay. Thank you very much, Melchizedek. But lastly, before you go, can you share with us what has been your vision all along? That at the end of your 4 years, what you seek to achieve, what impact do you seek to make? Do you seek to bring out something that is going, which its impact is going to be multi-generational? What impacts, what have you envisioned that after your 4 years you're going to attain?
After my 4 years of studying this school, well, I want to be a physicist, of course, an inventor. And maybe if I'm so interested in the piloting, I also go into that area.
Okay.
Or maybe I might switch to a different program which is similar to that, either mechanical engineering or electronics engineering, any of them. But I actually think that I'm going to make a lot of impact because I feel like there are a lot of challenges in this world. We need solutions. So if I'm able to make a steady hard and hold on to my boots, I believe that I'll be able to solve some of those things.
Okay. Could you briefly highlight some of the problems that you probably have observed that you think has become quite prevalent in our world today? That eventually you see yourself, you see yourself coming up with, the knowledge, the expertise to help battle such problems.
So let me just give, let's say, an example.
Yeah.
So, for example, manufacturing maybe medical machine that can cure uncurable diseases, or maybe that can cure it within like a matter of like some 30 seconds.
Wow.
So, like, if I'm able to do that, let's say I delve into medical physics, I'll be able to manufacture such machines. For example, if you just point that maybe someone having HIV/AIDS or something, to just deal with the virus.
Well, that is going to be quite difficult because understandably there's one of the issues that's have emerged, and a lot of people are still trying to putting the solutions out there to help battle such problems, and then suggesting an invention that is going to help deal with this. I think that's a way long. I mean, it's a long way to go. But then obviously you're a young man with a higher determination, and I believe as far as you are in that position, you're definitely going to achieve it. Now, I want you to take this very platform, as somebody that a lot of people are going to be, or are more or less opinionated about the fact that you're not meant to be here. Use this platform to tell us, one particular thing you love to tell people that also feel that you're not meant to be in where they are today. What one thing would you tell them?
Okay, so if someone is good in academics or good in a particular area, and then that's his or her interest, and then he or she wants to go further, you have to allow the person, because you don't know what the person can become. If you restrict the person, it might be kind of, you are preventing his or her future from coming to place. Like you are shattering his or her future.
Right.
So I would advise that if you know you are good at something, try your best to try and move ahead so that you can achieve what you want.
Right, right. That is remarkably awesome. And thank you very much, Melchizedek, for being here to show this amazing insights about your life and this thing that makes it so unique for you being here. 13-year-old thing that's is simply amazing. I thank you very much for your time there. Hope to see you next time.
You're welcome.